guys, my name is Iasmina and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be art related, and I totally get if that's not your thing. There's plenty other types of videos on my channel that you can go watch, but if you're interested in art, then please stick around because this is very fun and exciting for me. So I was recently kindly contacted by the company Arteza, who is an art supply company and who I've actually used in the past myself. I've bought some art supplies from them myself and I really enjoyed them. And they kindly contacted me and offered to send me a bunch of their art supplies for me to try out and review and tell you guys what I think. And this video is not sponsored, they just send me this stuff for free and I'm obviously going to share my honest opinion. So I think we're going to unbox them, swatch them, try them out, and then maybe try and draw something with them and see what happens. I've never made this type of video before, so forgive me if I seem a bit, rusty, but I'm really excited to try them out and I'm really excited to make more content like this in the future. So it was such an awesome moment when Arteza contacted me because I was thinking of making more art videos anyway, and this gave me an awesome opportunity to start that journey off. Well, I didn't start it with this because I already made some sketchbook tours that I will link up here if you're interested, but we'll be digging into what I have here and trying to make something with it. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so here are all of the supplies that Arteza sent me. We have some water brushes, some sketchbooks, some metallic gouache, which I'm very excited to try, and some watercolor brushes, brush pens, which I'm also very excited to open and try. Let's start with the water brushes. So here they all are. There is 6 of them in total, and they're all different types. So if you don't know what a water brush is, it's basically you have a tank in this part where you put the water and then you press in here and then the water seeps through the brush and comes out, and so you don't need to carry around a separate sort of water container. You can just dip this straight into the watercolor or gouache and then be on your way. Ooh, this is really nice. I've never seen one that's this type before. It's really big. But let's put some water in some of these so that we have them in hand and then we can try them. Let's open the 12 set of metallic gouache next. If you don't know what gouache is, it's basically a more opaque watercolor, but it functions the same way as watercolor. It's just more opaque, and I'm really excited about metallic colors, since I don't have a lot of metallic colors. This is what it looks like inside. So we have 6 colors here and then 6 more colors here. And these colors look awesome, so I'm very excited to swatch them and see what they actually look like. So these are 12 milliliters, and it actually comes with, it says the light fastness on them, which is interesting. You don't see that a lot. If you don't know what light fastness is, art supplies fade over time with exposure to light, so the higher the light fastness rating of something is, it means the longer it will last, through years and years of light exposure. So if you put some artwork on your wall, obviously it's going to be exposed to light, and so it's basically how true to the color it will stay after years of a light exposure. And so it's just something to keep in mind if you're obviously going to sell your art, or if you're going to put up your art to display it somewhere in your house. I put down this cutting mat. I don't know if it's gonna make things better or not, but I just realized my desk was a bit dirty. Anyway, the next thing I'm gonna unbox is these watercolor 48 real brush pens, or watercolor brush pens. Now, I actually really like using watercolor brush pens. They're very easy to use, so I'm really excited about seeing how good these are. Yeah, so they look like this, and then they have obviously the color inside the tube, so it just comes out of the end of the brush, and there's all these different colors. So I'm really excited to swatch them and see what they look like on paper. Speaking of paper, the last thing that they sent me is this set of 3 expert watercolor pads, and they each have 30 sheets, and they just came, I already opened the package, but they just came in a pack of 3 like this. I'm a bit of a sketchbook hoarder. I really like sketchbooks, and so I'm always really excited whenever I get a new sketchbook. And this one looks really good. So it's 30 sheets. It's A5 size and 300 GSM, which is really good. So it's really, really thick, and I'll show you that in a second. And it also has one smooth side and one textured side. That's usually how it goes with watercolor paper. And it's a nice white color. And this is usually a test that people do so you can know how thick a paper is. It's really thick. It seems really nice quality, and I guess this is the textured side, and then the back, yeah, then the backs of the paper are the smooth side. So we're going to swatch the colors and obviously test the brushes on this sketchbook. Let's try the water brushes because that's easier to test. Okay, so first impression just after swatching like a few of these is I feel like some of them feel a bit dry when you put them on paper. You could see the paper through it in the first go because they feel like this one, you know? You can see the paper through it because it feels a bit dry, but obviously you can layer it up. But they just feel a bit dry. Maybe like there's not a lot of like color in them anymore. I'm not sure. They should be new. Yeah, see this one. Oh, this one in particular is both dry and also it has a bristle that is completely like coming off. Yeah, just pulled it out. I don't know if you can see it, but so far I'm not very impressed with the actual brush of this. It just feels a bit, I'm not sure how to describe it. Not very smooth, I think. But the color is great. It's just the brush itself is like, but this one feels better. That's why I'm a bit confused because some of them feel better than others. Well, this black is nice, but see this feels like I would expect it to feel. It glided on, it's not dry. So this is one of the good ones, the black. But I'm just wondering why they're not all like that, I guess. Why it differs so much between colors. I'm not sure. Okay, so these are all the 48 colors. The color payoff on most of these is actually really, really nice. It's just the application was a bit strange, but I'm also gonna try to test, well, they are watercolor brushes, so I want to test how they look when you put some water into it. So I'm gonna try, this was one of my favorites, the teal one. So I'm just gonna put some color. See, it's really dry, but I'm gonna take the water brush and squeeze some water into it. And it fell on the paper, but that's okay. It just needs a bit more water. There we go. It's still a bit dry. Like you can totally see, you know, where I set it down first and then where I added water. The water brush feels really nice and it feels really sturdy. And I really like this, the metal rubber part. Okay, and let's do one last test for these water brushes and actually try them on the reverse side where the paper is smoother and see if they act any better. This is one of the ones that I thought was very dry. Oh yeah, okay, this one is still a bit dry, but it definitely acts much better on smoother paper. So I think that was the thing. I think this part is very textured. And for them being a bit dry, it didn't go on so smooth, but it actually goes on pretty smooth on the smoother side. So that's just something to consider. Okay, let's test the gouache. This is the part that I'm most excited about. Ooh, I can already tell this one's nice. Oh wow, that's such a cool color. Okay, this is really nice. It feels really smooth and that color is awesome. I don't know if you can see the metallicness of it. It maybe, oh, there you go. But you see how it shines? This is really cool. I'm really excited about these ones. Okay, so these are the swatches of the metallic gouache. And I have to say, some of these are incredible. I particularly really like this purple one, the green one, the bronze one, and this scarlet. It's called Pearl Scarlet. These are beautiful. I'm definitely going to use these. These might not be the best swatches in the world, but I just wanted to show you sort of what it looks like. Now that I've done the swatches, I would like to try to paint something with some of these. Okay, so I've prepped my paper here, so now I'm gonna try to paint something. I actually found inspiration for this on Pinterest, so I'll link the original image in the description. So I just tried to recreate this picture that I found on Pinterest with some of my favorite of the metallic gouache over here. So let's go. I will time-lapse this, of course, so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. Okay, here is the finished painting. I also added some white lines with the white gel pen just to make the colors pop. So now, some peel porn. Okay, so here it is. Here's what I made with the metallic gouache paint. I really love the way this turned out. I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, but if I go to the light, in real life it looks awesome. The only color I didn't like very much was this pale white goldish one that I used for the sky. This kind of came out a bit watery and inconsistent, but the other colors are awesome. So I really like this gouache. Okay, so for the watercolor brush pens, I'm gonna just do some simple sort of watercolor sketches on the smooth side of the paper because that one was fared better. I'm gonna have to tilt it this way because the camera is at a weird angle and this is more comfortable for me. Yeah, see, it's like it's already sticking to the paper, so I can't really move it around very much. No, it doesn't. It just doesn't want to. I'm gonna have to go over. Does this look like brown to you? It doesn't look like at the tip. Or the color isn't really what I was... I kind of messed that one up because that color was not what I was expecting. Just trying to see if I can just use them just as drops of color. Doesn't really do what I wanted. Now it just looks stupid. Okay, so these ones are not exactly what I expected. So the water brush pens, I feel like they're a bit difficult to water down. I think they dry on the paper too fast. So they're very difficult to move around, which is what I would expect from a watercolor brush like this. But maybe I'm using it wrong, because as we're coloring in, I think this works really well. So if you just want to use it as a water-based marker, I think that's excellent. It didn't turn out as well as it could have. But I'm very happy with this painting that I did with the gouache, so I think the gouache is excellent. Everything else I think was excellent and exactly, if not better than I expected, especially the metallic gouache I think is super cool, and I'll definitely use that for a lot of cool effects in my art. But I was a bit disappointed with the watercolor brush pen. So with that being said, this was my tryout and review of the Arteza products that I was sent. Thank you very much to Arteza for sending these my way, and I had a lot of fun trying these out and trying to make something with them, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. So that's great, and if you're interested in any of the products that I've shown you guys today, you can find links to all of them in the description down below, as well as a 10% off coupon just from me, and all the information for that is down in the description, so do check it out if you're interested. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you would like to see more art related things from me in the future, because I really enjoy making them. And yeah, hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!